There's one tractor in this neighborhood that everybody, when they hear it start up, knows exactly what tractor it is. It's the only one like it. Sometimes you gotta have toys. Sometimes you just gotta have something that nobody else in the neighborhood's got. And how cool is it?
Awesome.
So the tire on top is a 20.838, right?
Yeah, it's a size bigger than what's on there.
50/20 is going to look pretty dang good, isn't it, with that?
Yeah.
Well, it's been about a year and a half, but we're back at it, working on the bus repowered Kinze 5020.
We're still working on it, and it's a work in progress. We made a lot of good progress, but we got a ways to go yet. So,
And we
And
found,
you only got about a week to get it pulled together, huh?
you know, you're always pointing out the negative in
The
this situation.
timelines.
no, less than a week,
Less
4 or
than a
5
week.
days.
Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
It is 10:30 in the morning. My dad's taking these off. I bet by the end of the day, he's got a 50/20 up here and at least one of the tires off on the 50/20, trying to put one of these big floats on the center. We'll see. But that's my guess right now. By the end of the day, there'll be a 50/20 up here or in the shop with a jack under it and some tires coming off, and Mark's gonna be mounting one of these before the end of the day.
Eric works best under pressure.
If you
you
leave
need
it-
the deadlines.
If you leave it to the last minute, it only takes a minute.
Ish.
From the single guy.
Before we start this project, we actually don't know what it's gonna take to make these fit. We just know we're gonna make them fit. One way or
A lot
another.
of choices, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make them fit.
We're hoping the easy route first. Plan ahead and it goes smoother.
Make more money and then hire someone.
We're just eyeballing some stuff, and the one thing we know is that fender is not going to clear the new tire, so we're going to take it off. It looks like there's a combination of bolts and possibly welds holding it on, so I'm going to first get the bolts out, then see if we can see the welds, and then hopefully we can just drill the welds and it comes off easily. But that's hopefully. You hear that wiggling? And then you can see just under here, you can see all that move. All right. I think that means they're just bolted on, which makes our day way easier.
We thought we were getting this really good deal when we bought these tires that were pretty inexpensive on an online auction. Isn't it amazing how the internet never ceases to have stuff to purchase?
They lie.
No shortage, right?
Uh-uh.
Even things you didn't know you need.
True.
Everything fits.
And, yep, it just bolts right on.
All right, so we got the dual off. So now the inside ones, you just do the same thing, loosen them all
Yes.
up, make sure she can kind of release its pressure, and then slowly just start taking them off.
The biggest thing we gotta be careful with is the valve stem so we don't break one off.
Yeah, especially these because they're full of fluid.
Yeah. Yes.
The only reason I know how to do this is because I've watched you. This is your
Yeah.
generation, not mine. You know, I mean, 55 and newer, they just bolt on.
Yeah, these are different. These
So
are old
these,
school,
these,
so
yeah, and they're not bad. It's just something
No.
you want to be careful with.
just,
So.
yeah, taking them off and tightening them all up. You
Yep.
know, so yeah.
All right, I'll get back to it.
It was only that simple, right? Although I don't have any regrets,
No.
but it did take a lot of work.
So you knew from the get-go when you bought this tractor that eventually you'd want to put bigger wheels on it, right?
I was just hoping we could get it running when we first bought it.
Okay, so wheels were not the top of the list in priorities.
No, but from the time I think we got it going, I think the guy over there had an idea that we're going to change these up. Out of all the times we changed tires on tractors, which has been a lot over the years, I don't think there was any way that this tractor was going to stay with smaller rubber on it because he's my dad.
Okay. My family has owned several 50/20s over the years, and we've never had one with the small size of rubber that it came with.
Okay.
I mean, it was a factory option, but you know,
Yeah, they were pretty small.
they weren't designed for pulling with, especially with a bigger motor. So
What size were they?
they were 18.438s, and we always had them with the 24.532s like the Stigers got,
Okay.
or with the 20.838s.
So needless to say, there was some
There was room.
room
Yeah.
for improvement.
Oh yeah.
So who found these tires? then
Oh,
online?
you know the answer to that one. Just a little bit further.
Okay, will do.
You want me to continue, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. It's nice of you. Thank you.
That gear might be what we're fighting now.
Yeah, we got to get that shim out. Or we try
Or we try moving that gear.
Yeah, I'm guilty.
But a good deal, right? $1,500. Did that seem pretty reasonable for what they were?
Well, considering that the tires retail new probably about $3 to $4 grand a piece.
Oh wow.
Used, they're still worth $1,500 a piece, and we
Okay.
paid that for the 4 with the rims.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
I do have a pretty fair amount of force on there.
So that seemed like a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like all things, you know, you kind of think, oh yeah, we can make this work. And the biggest thing was that the centers, the factory centers, would not allow for that wide of a rubber to be dualed up.
Okay.
So we wound up taking that off,
So
leaving the one. We are able to use the inside one.
Just lightly touch the metal part.
Still pretty warm.
Yeah, still pretty warm. It's been about a half hour. I made the mistake of trying to grab it, and it was like, whoa, that is hot. Thanks, Milwaukee.
So you knew going in though you were going to have to do some retrofitting
Oh, yeah.
when you bought these?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were thinking
You know,
easy peasy? Like,
No,
everything has to be
okay.
a project within a project. It's just the way it is.
We were thinking like a 16-year-old kid. God, they'd be cool. On there.
And a farmer, hey, we need a good deal.
so what is the process when you're going to put bigger wheels on a tractor like this?
Well, we had to take the old ones off.
Which
But-
isn't quite like a car either. You don't
Okay.
just take 4 to 5 bolts off
No.
and then jack it up, take 4 to 5 bolts off and then pull it off. The tractors actually have a little different setup that can or cannot take a lot of time to get apart.
This style, if they haven't been apart, always take time.
Okay.
We've fought them and fought them and fought them. The best thing you can do is loosen them up and run it for 2-3 years, and then they might come loose.
Keyword there might.
They're going to come loose at the wrong time. You're going to be, and this is from experience, you're going to watch them roll onto a neighbor's yard going down the road. So, but we didn't have that issue here. We were able to take the inside ones, we were able to take the outside rim and tire off, and then we put the one set on, and then we realized, oh, by the time we were pulling them off, the outside ones are going to have to go. We will convert this over to an axle dual style like on a newer tractor. And we'll have to kind of create new rims for it because they are so wide, and to get it out, because this tractor doesn't have extremely long axles. It has long axles for its day, but not by today's standards.
Did you hear like more work involved? That's what I heard.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
It's like the perfect front tire, isn't it? Yeah. Little overkill, but you know. So are the back though. I got a feeling it's gonna look really good. These metrics are 2 inches, like an inch narrower than those 3032s, but they're like 6 inches taller. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, who's going to get to have to do most of that?
It'll be cool when it's done. It just it's
yeah,
gonna
that's
be
a lot of
the
work.
never-ending project, but
Yes.
also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
If it looks wider too.
Oh yeah. We're just hoping it clears that battery box right there.
It's a one-off tractor, so you got to kind of treat it differently. You
Yeah.
know?
Now the actual size, if I remember right, they're 710s, 70R 38.
Yeah.
And then what was originally what you wanted to put on the 6030? Was that like a 71050 or something?
620.
620?
Yep. It'd be a size up from what they come with. We've seen a tractor at a tractor show, that 5020 that runs around the area. That's kind of sharp. That's a nice size. I mean, it is an overkill, but that's what we were thinking anyway.
Well, and again, why did this project take center stage now again?
Well, it's all started a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, now we're back pointing this way.
I'll own this one. We have a local tractor show that's honoring what they're calling the muscle tractors. So anything that's like repowered or, you know, the biggest of its era, well, this just kind of fits the bill. And we actually had a subscriber comment to us on it. How do you say
Inform us of it.
Comment about it. Yeah.
Inform us of it.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, anyways, as soon as I seen it, I was like, well, that gives us an excuse to keep working on it.
Yeah.
Now, we bought the tires last year on an online auction. For the most part, nothing was going too bad, but we did something we almost never do. We got one on, and then it sat for a year. Because we were kind of busy with like the stuff that really pays the bills,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So sometimes you got to put your projects on hold because you got to go do that stuff called work to actually pay the bills to keep everyone happy. And so that's what we were doing.
Yeah, it sat in the yard with one big tire on one side, the outside casting still on it, and the duals on the other side, and it leaned to one side.
Yeah, but it still ran. But it did not
run.
run a year prior, but it ran even with a weird tire on
If
it.
you looked at it from one side, it wasn't. So
Yeah, you know.
Should have parked it so you could only see it from one side.
There we go.
What most people notice first thing is the two dual big chrome stacks, alongside the hood, and motor hanging out of both sides of the frame rail.
I know I have built enough oddball stuff that when you get interrupted and your friends are giving you a hard time, you're just like, nope, you don't understand it. And you just kind of take that gruff as it comes. And then one day when you get it completed, they still talk crap and you're like, hey, we can drive it now. Yeah. What do you got to drive? Nothing, because they're too busy gossiping. Sorry. I've had a lot of projects I had to push back in the shed.
And you can address any comments to Eric,
Yes.
especially if you're one of those friends.
You know who you are. I just know, like, you can beat yourself so many times, but like last year, the whole goal was we knew this was going to take longer time than we expected to get the dual and the wedges out of the dual castings. When that's what really took a lot of time, and that's actually when we got back working on this thing in July. That was one thing where we were both like, okay, we know it's not hard to unbolt and take the old tires off. It was mainly those wedges in the outside castings that those we knew were going to be the red flag. And then even when we got to the last one, how many different angles and how many different things were we trying to heat up with the torch? And then I think we were eventually trying to like pull the wedge back with the skid loader. And it was a little bit of an adventure.
We used a jackhammer to help break it loose. We used everything we could. We put bolts in, and they're supposed to, once you take the bolts out, you're supposed to be able to run a couple back in and they just kind of push out. Well, they did when they were new on the factory line, but 30 years, 40 years, 50 years in the fields, and around every kind of corrosive fertilizer or manures or whatever they were exposed to, they don't like to come apart. So yeah, we had to use the jackhammer and that. But like everything, it snowballs. We started on top of the hill there with a 6-inch snowball or 4-inch. By the time it got here, you had to jump out of the way because it was 8 feet high. We fought getting those two castings off, the two outside ones, put the tires on, and then, oh, look at that. The steps are way above your knee. So when we built the steps, we built them with an adjustment of about 4 inches. We never thought we'd have to raise it up 7.5 inches. But between the front tires and the back tires, that's what we wound up doing. Then when Eric put the big tires on the front, all of a sudden the battery box was catching, so we had to reconform that. That snowball got pretty big by the time it got down to the shop.
And like some of you who might be the hobbyists, meaning you work on your projects late at night, it's actually funny going through the footage, how much of this we were doing in the evenings. Because even though it's not like the busiest time of the year, this midsummer, we've definitely had plenty of things going on. And so a lot of times we were only able to work on it in the evenings. But yeah, the amount of evenings, it was like, hit here, we haven't hit there yet, let's try this. Okay, that's not working. All right, what plan are we on? Like E? All right, let's try this. Well, we did eventually get it. So hard trying to be quiet with it, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to wake up mom and dad, but any regrets?
No.
It steers better than a guy thinks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it feels exactly like a 50-20, except for we're rubbing the battery box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I left a mark. Don't worry.
Again.
Yeah.
Did it well.
Well, if you look right here, you'll see where she scuffed on the tire. Yeah. I know.
Done worse.
So we need an inch. You gotta talk to Mark about trying to slide this back a little bit. Maybe he just welds steps and battery box all together like he does on 50 series.
Yep. Possible.
Yeah. Because the battery box looks too good, that's not coming off, and the tires aren't coming off. It just took a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
All right, and for those who maybe haven't been along for the whole process, why does this 50/20 have a 60/30 hood?
Yes, out of all the things we've done to this, how is that still on there?
we really don't know. It came that way.
We kind of do
We
know.
it isn't a factory defect. It isn't a factory mistake. It was the previous owner's personal choice.
And now I feel like we're honoring that person, whoever he may be.
Part of it, I think,
Or
it's
just
because
really confusing.
That too.
in its day, the 60/30 was considered the big guy.
Uh-huh,
It
that
was
was
a tractor.
cooler.
It dominated tractor
Okay.
pulls. It maybe not dominated, but did extremely well.
Yeah.
It always was center stage in an older John Deere as the big guy. And they were. I mean, we've got two 60/30s. My dad's that he bought new, and the one that we bought because we never thought we were going to have that one back. And they will walk away from a 50/20. You know, they are a workhorse.
Okay.
50/20s were just an earlier version with a little less power, but
Okay.
well built. They were just a workhorse.
So this was a flex. This was a try to make it look like something
I give
cool.
it,
This is a wannabe.
I give
Okay.
it credit though. I mean, they were
But
very
this is
creative
one
with
that
it.
when you hear it will put a smile on your face.
I have like 4 emails into a guy doing graphics. I just haven't had time. The last handful of weeks have been so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we lost a wheel in Wyoming. Oh well.
And we're getting to the point where this winter, we probably will address the hood. It needs a little bit of finessing because they filled in where the exhaust went originally.
Oh, sure.
They recreated some areas for this motor, the intake manifold or plumbing. And so we want to just polish it up, get it done right, and then repaint it. So
Yeah.
when we do that, it'll become a 50/20 again. It'll end the confusion somewhat. And then, because we still get asked every once in a while, "Oh, I don't remember a 50/20 having a V8. They didn't.
That's awesome. So what else is on your punch list to get it wrapped up for the tractor show?
Now that we had bigger back tires, we knew we had to do something different with the fronts. And it just so happens we kind of had this other tractor in the back that we originally were trying to.
50/20.
Yeah, well, this was the prior tractor that was going to be the dream project before we bought this. And on there we had these 425, 75, 22.5 tires. Now these are the same size that are on semi-dump trucks. Sorry, they're 425, 65 are 22.5s, and this is literally the front tire that's on the front of dump
Float
trucks.
tire. Yeah, it's the optional big size.
You know, and well, we decided, hey, let's put these on. The only problem we ran into, and we've never had this before on a tractor, the wheels hit.
Usually when a tire, if you've got it on the same model tractor, it'll just bolt on to the other one. That one in the back is a Wheatland. This is a row crop. They are a totally different front end. So all of a sudden, the hubs are the same, but all the configuration to that point is different. Making it should fit, but it didn't. Eric had to find a 2-inch spacer to give us some clearance. They would bolt on, but they rubbed continuously. So now they fit with the spacer that you found. I don't know if that was on eBay or where you.
Yeah, they were actually
that
for a
one.
skid loader. So the neat thing is the front of this tractor is actually the same bolt pattern. I forgot the exact spec, but it's like 8 by 8.65, something like that, or 8.5, something on that order. I had it when we ordered everything, but it was the same as used on a skid loader. So actually, they weren't terribly priced. I just never thought we were going to need wheel spacers on the front of a 50/20. There's all kinds of surprises in this.
They look awesome though.
Overcoming one challenge at a time.
All right, well, you got more work to do, huh?
We're getting there.
Quick clock. 4 days? What?
Well, you know.
Not to mention everything else that needs to get done.